Hello, myself Meeta Prajapati, lecturer in Computer Engineering, Government Polytechnic, Gandhinagar. Today we are going to learn the concept of inheritance and the concept of derived classes. So, learning outcomes of this topic is, after learning this topic, you will be able to describe the concept of inheritance and you will be able to describe the derived classes. Topics to be covered: 4.1 Concepts of inheritance, 4.2 Defining derived classes. Now let us understand the concepts of inheritance. What is inheritance? Technically, inheritance is the process by which object of one class derived the properties of object of another class. Now let us compare with the real life example. આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં કહેવત છે મોરના ઈંડા ચિતરવા ના પડે અથવા તો બાપ તેવા બેટા વડ તેવા ટેટા. આવો જ કન્સેપ્ટ ઇનહેરિટન્સમાં યુઝ થાય છે. સો here I have shown the real life example of inheritance. Father acquires the feature of grandfather same as son acquires the feature of father. So this is the hierarchy: grandfather, father and son. So this is the real life example of inheritance. So you can easily understand the concept of inheritance. Now how to technically implement the inheritance? So the mechanism of deriving a new class from an old class is called as inheritance. So base class is a old class and new class is a derived class. So in inheritance, the old class is referred as the base class and the new class is called as the derived class. Let us list out the types of inheritance. We will learn detail in next video. First, single inheritance. Second, multiple inheritance. Third, multi-level inheritance. 4, hierarchical inheritance. 5, hybrid inheritance. This is the graphical representation of the types of inheritance. You can draw, and these are the types of inheritance. Technically we can show the base class and derived class. A is a base class, B is a derived class. So these are the multiple forms of the inheritance that we will learn in next video. So in short, a derived class with only one base class is called single inheritance. A derived class with several base classes is called multiple inheritance. The traits of one class may be inherited by more than one class is called as hierarchical inheritance. The mechanism of deriving a class from another derived class is called multiple inheritance. Next topic, 4.2 Defining derived classes. Now how to define the derived class? A derived class can be defined by specifying its relationship with the base class. Now we have to follow the syntax. Class is a keyword, derived class name, colon, visibility mode, either private, public or protected, that we will also learn, and base class name. Opening curly bracket, body of the class and closing curly bracket. This is the syntax of the derived class we have to follow. So this is the graphical representation of the base class and derived class. Class is a base class, class B is a derived class. So suppose class is a grandfather and class B is a father. So father acquires the feature of grandfather. If we put another class C, then son acquires the feature of father. So this is the real life example of base class and derived class. Here I have shown the vehicle example. Class vehicle is a base class. There are 3 derived classes: class bus, class car, class truck. Now class vehicle is a common feature: fuel amount, capacity, apply brakes. So class bus, car and truck are derived from the class vehicle. So this is also a real life example of the base class and derived class. The colon indicates that the derived class name is derived from the base class name. The visibility mode is optional. It may be either public, private and protected. Now we know the meaning of public declaration, private declaration, protected we will learn in next lecture. The visibility mode is private. Visibility mode specifies whether the features of the base class are privately derived, publicly derived or protected. This is the graphical representation of the public derivation, private derivation and protected derivation. Here I have shown the example how to derive the base class as a public derivation, private derivation. So class B is a base class, derived class, public A class A is a base class. So here this is the public derivation, class B colon private A. This is the private derivation, class B. If we do not write private, by default it is private derivation. So conclusion of this lecture is we have learned what is inheritance. The mechanism of deriving a new class from an old class is called an inheritance. We have also discussed the real life example of inheritance, grandfather, father and son. Also we have listed out the types of inheritance: single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance, and also we have learned the concept of derived class. I have shown the example of vehicle to understand the derived class. So a derived class can be defined by specifying its relationship with the base class. And at last, this is the list of books and references you can refer for this topic. So thank you.